Hey, so got the Dark Viking, or Ragnarok, whatever you want to call him. It's the Dark Viking, but his name is Ragnarok as the actual person. It is an Outlander in another soldier's body. So now we have a constructor in a soldier's body, and we have an Outlander in a soldier's body. But dude, it's pretty badass looking. Pretty badass looking. The capes are wonky right now because there's a bug that they're trying to isolate. So all clothing articles in both BR and Save the World aren't flowing. They're just stiff, erect, whatever you want to call them. Looks a little goofy, but yeah, he's pretty badass. Pretty badass. So in order to get all of his outfits fully assembled, you gotta give him a 5-star 50. Just like when I showed in the weekly store update where I went into BR and I had it auto cycle through all 6 pieces of armor that continuously grow on him. Once you do that, you're stuck with most of it, which is fine. It's totally fine. Just giving you a heads up. The only thing you can change is you can add to the headpiece, and then you can add your backpack. You can't take off your chest armor. You can't get half naked anymore, which is fine. But all you can do is take the headpiece off and then the backpack once you get him to 5-star 50. The difference between 4-star 40 and 5-star 50 is the glowy eyes and the horns. You get your helmet at 4-star. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so Dark Viking. He's an Outlander. So at the end of the day, he gets focused acquisition, increases the chance to find double loot by 6%. He gets a loot llama. He gets Shock Tower. A lot of people want Teddy, but Shock Tower is totally fine for his playstyle. Teddy would be cool too. Either or, it doesn't matter. But I'll show you how Shock Tower works in a little bit. He gets this new ability, Seismic Impact. It says it does 0 damage, but in fact, it does some damage. We'll show that too. Basically, it's got a 9-second cooldown, costs 25 energy. You punch the ground, causing it to rupture, knocking back medium-sized enemies and dealing 0 energy damage in a 2-tile line that conforms to the world. We'll show what that means too. Return to Sender is a perk that unlocks later on, and what that does is the Seismic Impact returns to its original impact location. Its fault line at level 5, Seismic Impact's cooldown is lowered by 6 seconds. Everything up here is what's affected by the perks down below, by the way, so it's not 6 seconds after this 9. The 9 is already affected by the 6, if that makes any sense. So it was 15, now it's 9. At level 8, you get Sustained Impact. Seismic Impact's stamina cost is reduced by 15. He gets Anti-Material Charge. At level 12, you get Long Arm of the Law. Increases the travel distance of your Anti-Material Charge by 1.5 tiles. Level 15, Fist of the South Moon. Reduces the cooldown of Anti-Material Charge by 5 seconds. Level 18, you get Charged Fist. Anti-Material Charge can be charged up by holding down the activation key, dealing up to 150% additional damage. And then at 3-star, you get In the Zone, of course, because you're an Outlander. So after 5 hits in a row with the pickaxe, you gain In the Zone, which makes you all glittery and sparkly, and increases your pickaxe damage by 24%. So you can break llamas faster. Level 25, you get Return to Sender. Seismic Impact returns to its original impact location, which we read above. And then at level 30, you get Iron Knuckles. Increases the damage of Anti-Material Charge by an additional 150% against enemies. And then their description is the ground quakening harbinger of fate. Of life, of fate, of fate. Bonuses he brings to the table are not new. He brings support bonus Punchy, which increases blunt weapon damage and impact by 12%. And then the tactical is Move Your Creep, which causes your decoy to periodically damage enemies within the attraction radius. That's that big, obnoxious, pulsing damage thing. And then Punchy makes your blunt weapons add more impact. Cool. So here we are. First off, just in case you're brand new to the Outlander game, Outlanders use these things called fragments, okay? There's blue and purple ones in the game. And what the blue ones do is they give you a fragment charge towards some of your abilities. Typically, I mean, not typically, they only apply to your Teddy and your Shock Tower. And since Dark Viking has Shock Tower, if you look in the lower right-hand corner, it's got a 0 because I have 0 charges. So if you place a Shock Tower down, it puts it on a 20-second cooldown. And it lasts for, I don't know, what, like 7 seconds? It's pretty quick. It's pretty quick. Then you gotta wait your 20 seconds, okay? If you come over and get a fragment, You also get a small speed boost. Everybody in the map on your team gets a speed boost for running when you activate one of those fragments. Including if a teammate marks it for you, you'll get a speed boost also, FYI. So now that I've got a fragment, I'll place it down. It didn't cost any energy, and it's a 14-second cooldown. So instead of costing like 20 or 25, whatever it cost energy-wise, it was free to place. I used the fragment, and it's got a shorter cooldown. It doesn't buff it any other way. It just reduces the cooldown and the energy cost. Now let's go over. Here's the new ability. Goes out, and it comes back. It's pretty impressive looking, dude. It's pretty impressive looking. The cooldown, I missed the cooldown. What was it, 9 seconds? 9 seconds, as we read earlier. And it doesn't follow you. It follows the impact spot, which they mentioned in the tip. So if you slam it down, and you run away, it goes back. Not that you can really get anywhere. It'll also go up and over things, right? So check this out. Hits the ground here. Goes up, hits the ground, it drops off, continues going, comes back up, and comes back. So obviously it'll go off cliffs. This is what, a 2-tile difference? It'll hit the ground, it goes out and back up. So it'll clear. It'll clear that gap. It has no impact on structures, unlike the fist. So the anti-material charge on this hero is super similar to Striker's. Just a standard punch. The only difference you can see there is that it goes a tile and a half longer, so it goes super farther and through more stuff than the standard punch that most Outlanders have. The other big thing about this guy is you can charge it up and break even more stuff. And so by default, this character, not by default, but because of perks, this character's punch has 150% extra damage to enemies, which is huge, okay? Then if you charge it, you get another 150, so 300 total. And then in a recent update, like just I think 5.0, they added a tremendous amount of damage to the punch already for all of the anti-material charge punches. So, in theory, it used to be you would just use the punch to knock things down. Now, you should be able to just kill things. It's ridiculous. Now this guy can come in here, we can hit that, that kills that stuff. The shock tower I love in situations like this. Stuns everything. Okay. That kills everything on the first pass. So much damage. I am doing 76s. We'll go into a level 100 in a second and see what kind of impact. I'm a player level 100. I don't have max tech or offense, and we'll see what we can kill and what we can knock around with the ground slam and the seismic. The only thing wonky about the ground pound slam thingy, my bobber, technical terminology. So with your punch, when you're lining your punch up, you can still move and aim, right? The seismic slam, whenever you commit, you press the button to do it, you cannot. So if husks are moving and you're off, you're stuck. You're committed, so they can walk out of the path. Whereas sometimes as the animation's going down, you might want to change it. So you'll get used to it. It's not terrible at all. Just something that I was like, oh, I wish I could remove.
We need more people like you.
Missed. I whiff quite a bit because I'm terrible. Super awesome. Super awesome. One last thing about Outlanders. They get loot llamas for you new players. Most of you already know this. Purple fragment. We'll go find one. Okay, I found a smasher, 76 smasher. I want to see what the seismic does to it. They have all kinds of goodies. Here, let's just do this. We'll get everybody together. He's charging. And we'll get rid of mostly everything. Get rid of these guys. Okay. Let's see. Come on, boy. Wake up. Let's go. Can we knock him? Oh, the first one causes impact on him. Enough impact to stun him. Doesn't do a ton of damage on him. Let's try it again. Oh, first got him that time. Oh, crazy. I wish you could stop him with that. I still took damage. I hit him, but I still took damage. I wish you would interrupt it. That would be great. Ooh, I wonder. I doubt this will interrupt him. Let's try it. Nope. Oh, God. No, come back! He's dead. Okay, purple fragment. Okay, we got a purple fragment here. Let me clear these guys out. I want to show the landmine really quick. Look at all these bees and piss. Holy balls. Love the landmine. Oh, God. Graphics. Graphics. Performance. Oh, it's cool. So the purple fragment you pick up, and then it replaces, unfortunately still to this day, one of the biggest complaints that we all have, is when you're holding a purple fragment, which turns into a llama. If you've noticed in the lower right-hand corner, there you go. Llama. Llama, llama, llama. And so you can't use your shock tower or your teddy because it takes place. It covers it up, so you have to throw your llama down. So you got to plan accordingly. It's a little frustrating. But anyways, quick tip for you Outlanders that think you can't break them on your own. You can. You can. You have to hit almost every single crit, and you also want to be in the zone before you drop it. And ultimately, the llama, in my opinion, needs a buff. So they've buffed harvesting. They've buffed everything in the game on how you get resources, except for the llama. So the amount of resources you get out of a llama and the time it takes to break it is counterproductive, in my opinion. Still nice. Still nice. But go over to the corner. You look down at its foot. I'm already in the zone, so I'm doing more damage. 24% extra pickaxe damage. If you get up close, you look down at its foot, the crit spot doesn't bounce all around. You can almost stay still and get it. And most of the time, I'll be able to break it. Let's see. Usually you'll miss by one. Let's see if I get it. Got it. Got it. Right as it broke. So there, you got a full break. I got my materials. I'm still not used to this auto pickup from 5.2. This is bizarre. Okay, we're back. Level 100s. Just curious. Ooh, took some down to there. Oh, see? You walked out of my way. Let's try it again here in a second. Got 3580. I feel like it should be doing more damage than that. God, that is cool, man. Oh, the punch is energy also. Actually, it does multiple ticks of damage as it passes through them. I'm taking damage because I'm trying to test things out. It's got some serious delay on it lately. It's driving me nuts. Never used to delay like that. Alright, let's get my shield back for a second. Man. It does. $26, so it gets reduced. So 26,000. It wasn't 3,000. It's got to be 30,000. Let's come back over and hit this guy again. Stop moving, please. Okay. Yeah, 35, 35, 35. So 35, and then what was it, 26? 35 and 26. It'll knock them around. Knocks the mouth breathers around. We're gonna go. So okay. it's pretty effective against level 100s. It's not a one-shot. If you were maybe 125 and you had maxed out tech, it might be. We could also try Shuriken Master in our support for ability and Reclaimer for energy because it's energy-based. So the thing with energy, right now, for instance, I'm running, and this is pretty common for me because gunplay is primarily what you do, right? You're always shooting stuff. So I run assault damage almost regardless, almost. And this, I don't know, I changed this in and out. It doesn't really matter tactical. But so I run assault damage, which is 24% assault rifle damage. Now, if you ran Reclaimer, that would still benefit if you're using energy guns. So you're going to buff because his anti-material charge and seismic impact are energy. You could run Reclaimer over here, get 20% extra energy damage on top of it, but then your energy-based weapons would also get 20% also. So you wouldn't be losing out on your gunplay if you're using energy-based weapons. If you were to run Shuriken Master, you're only increasing your abilities by 20%. So this would be one of the situations where I would probably actually run Reclaimer over Shuriken Master. But let's go test that out. Okay, so we're back on level 100. I got my Reclaimer slotted for the 20% additional energy damage. So that should increase my punching and my seismic impact ability. 43 instead of 35. It's not bad. Let's charge this bad boy up. Everything's pretty much dead. Let's go ahead and cluster these dudes up. Actually, is this energy? Yeah, that's energy, so that could even get stronger also. $43 from 35. Here's elements. We'll see what it does to these guys.
Look out. Fort's under attack.
32 up from 26. Yeah, that's not bad. This is not bad. One last thing, I want to go play with a Smasher. Alright, we got a Smasher here. Level 100 Smasher. Let's see if we can actually knock him. You gonna wake up? What are you doing? It does! On the return, and it, oh God, it just does like the same damage. Does the Twine Smashes have the same health pools? 76 and 100? Yeah, it knocks him around. Wow, he's out all his deal is. That doesn't knock him. But the return on the seismic. Boom, knocks him. Oh, neat. Neat. Oh, and that has enough to stun him. Check that out. He doesn't even have increased impact or anything on his shock tower. And a 5-star 50, level 100 player level, home base, non-maxed out tech. You can stun a level 100 with the shock tower. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he had the impact built up. Still, it's possible. Dick punch. Oh, yeah. And, oh, missed. My turn. Pretty impressed by the hero. It's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I know a lot of, I've heard a lot of people kind of complain. People complain about stupid stuff, man. He's cool though. He's cool. I'm gonna play with him a lot more for the rest of the week probably. I really like Shock Tower. The punching is insane. I'll often do a comparison between him and Striker for the punch because I think they have almost the same, if not, they have the exact same punching abilities. I can't remember off the top of my head all the Strikers, but it could be close. And then this is cool, dude. That is cool. Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to see some more stuff, see what we can come up with. Last night we were trying to figure out if we could curve this around. but it doesn't. We were trying all kinds of goofy stuff. So if you want to hang out, see what we're doing, we try different things, we test different things. We were doing a bunch of Dragon's Roar tests last night. Feel free to swing by the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/SlyGumbi. I'm live pretty much every night between 8 p.m. in the nighttime, evening, to 2 a.m. Pacific Standard, West Coast, United States. So if you want to come hang out, meet some people that want to play games instead of just trade, taxi, dupe, then feel free to swing by. We're a cool group of guys. We talk shit, make fun of each other. If you can hang, it's a place to be. If not, don't come by. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.